Burundian will not accept to be killed as Congolese are being killed. Burundian, we are fighters. We are mobilized. Together, we know that we will respond if they attack us. They have a bad plan. They wanted to do what they are doing in the DRC. We ask to the people who wanted to help to advise Rwanda to continue to advise him not to aggress the neighbor countries.
Well, a Rwandan Defense Forces soldier was arrested in Burundi just hours ago. And according to the Rwandan government, this was part of a routine mishap that happens along the Rwandan-Burundian border, that soldiers cross into each other's territory, and this is often resolved very quickly diplomatically. But this is not the same way that Burundi is seeing this particular instance, because according to the Burundian government, this particular soldier crossed the border at midnight, then went deep into Burundian territory 700 meters, and when he was trying to be captured by the Burundian authorities, this particular soldier tried to flee. Therefore, according to Burundi, this particular instance is suspicious. And mind you, this is coming just a few months after the president of Burundi went on air and said that Rwanda is trying to attack Burundi. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you about that particular instance and why many are saying that this could be Rwandan intelligence on an intelligence and reconnaissance mission in Burundi. Well, this is bona fide. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe and hit the notification button so that when I release something new on Rwanda, Burundi, or the Eastern DRC, you get notified as soon as possible. Well, a soldier identified as Sergeant Sadiki Emmanuel of the Rwanda Defense Forces, who is also a driver with the RDF, is being held at Kirundo Police Station in Burundi's Busoni Commune, Butanyera Province. This soldier was arrested on Tuesday after inadvertently crossing the Gasenyi-Nemba border into Burundi. Well, there have been slightly conflicting statements between Burundi and Rwanda regarding this particular same issue, because according to Rwanda, this was an innocent mistake, that it was a routine mishap on this soldier, and that diplomatic resolutions will find a quick return of this soldier from Burundi into Rwanda. But according to the Burundian government, this was nothing like a mistake, because Burundi says that this particular soldier was found 700 meters inside the Burundian territory, and that the Burundian government is seeing this as a suspicious attempt by the Rwandan government. Further, the tone of this particular communique that was released by the Burundian government notes that this could be a security breach and that it is all under investigation. The Burundian government is further not going by the Rwandan statement that a diplomatic resolution will find a quick return of this soldier. The Burundian government notes that it is holding this soldier for further investigations to find out why he was inside the Burundian territory at midnight and why he was trying to escape while he was trying to be arrested by the Burundian authorities. Well, this particular incident has further raised tensions between Rwanda and Burundi. In early 2024, the Burundian government closed its borders with Rwanda, accusing Rwanda of supporting the Red Tabara. This is a rebel group that is embedded in Eastern DRC that has been causing deadly attacks in Burundi and wants a change of regime in Burundi. Now, this is the same accusation that the Rwandan government is also laying on Burundi. They are saying that the Burundian government has been supporting the FDLR and other militia in Eastern DRC that have been seeking a change of government in Rwanda. And this is the reason as to why the Burundian National Defense Forces has been in Eastern DRC trying to fight the Red Tabara, as well as assisting the FARDC in fighting the M23, so that the M23, which is accused of having Rwandan influence, should not go southwards into Uvira so that it could border Burundi. This also explains the conflict that is in Eastern DRC that involves Burundi and Rwanda actively in fighting against each other through proxies. Now, since the expansion of the M23 in Eastern DRC, President Ndayishimiye has been very wary about the Rwandan government. In fact, in March 2025, President Evariste Ndayishimiye of Burundi went on air and claimed that Rwanda was planning to attack his country, which Kigali dismissed. But these have been the sentiments of most people in authority in Burundi, as well as the Burundian National Defense Forces, that there is a planned motive by Rwanda to attack Burundi or to cause a change of regime in Burundi. And this has been the reason as to why the Burundian government has been very harsh against any kind of advancement from Rwanda. And this particular incident comes right at that heat of that moment, that there are those existing tensions, and this soldier was found just in the midst of these heightened tensions between Rwanda and Burundi. Now, while it is true that the instances of soldiers crossing the border along the Gasenyi-Nemba border with Rwanda and Burundi are fairly common, it is important to note that the Burundian government notes the specific time at which this soldier tried to cross the border, that is at midnight, which raises the question as to why it happened at the middle of the night and why this particular soldier went very deep, 700 meters into another country's territory is quite deep. That is just 300 meters shy of a kilometer deep into another country's territory. And of course, why this particular soldier tried to flee when the Burundian authorities went to capture him. So these are the instances that are raising questions among many who are claiming that Rwanda could be sending its troops inside Burundi for reconnaissance purposes as well as intelligence purposes to gather more information about Burundi, to perhaps in one way or another get more leverage against Burundi, because Burundi is also part of what is happening in Eastern DRC. And this now directly affects all the regional players in what is happening in the conflict in Eastern DRC, Rwanda, the DRC government, and the Burundian government. The Burundian government has been accused by the Rwandan government of hosting the FARDC, assisting the FARDC in getting the supplies from Kinshasa via plane into Bujumbura, then across into Uvira. And that is the reason as to why the M23 has been very keen to advance southwards, also to capture Uvira. The bigger question is what concessions the Burundian government will ask of the Rwandan government so that this soldier will be returned into his own country. Well, I will keep you informed of the latest of what will come out of this story after this particular arrest of the Rwandan Defense Forces soldier in Burundian territory. Keep it bona fide.